I stand firmly in the fact that I'm one of the best to ever do this. For the culture, for my coast, and for my city. This is the Best Rapper in LA podcast. And I'm your host, Murs. What up, though? Welcome back. We'll get into part 2 of last week's episode. Thank you for your patience. Hope you enjoy it.
I believe in ancient aliens and in Jesus. I believe in helping Mother Earth because she needs us. I believe in understanding and tolerance. I believe in government without the politics. I believe you shouldn't place your faith in one man. And remember, the Creator has a master plan. I pray for love. I pray for peace. I pray for you. I pray for me. I pray for the living. I pray for the deceased.
Government, no politics. Like, this is what we're doing now. Like, I think we have a functional form of politics. We have a very, with all this bullshit of the makings of a great society, but the politics and emotions get the best of humans all the time. But on the surface, you know, it's just like, on deep down, on the surface all fucked up, but deep down, it's there's something to be worked with here. If we want to roll up our sleeves and do the real work, but if we want to let ourselves to be distracted by the surface shit, then yeah. Like, there's just no way that Nazis are a good thing, whether you're right or left wing. You know what I mean? And they're trying to gray that area. Comic books, man, science fiction, whether you read Octavia Butler, Parable of the Sower, I recommend all of you read that, especially if you're living in California. She raps. She writes about, like, the end of the world and end of times, and she's rapping about great fires and climate change. And she wrote this book in the 80s, I believe. And not the funny thing is, but she's buried in a cemetery in Pasadena that was burned. And she wrote about it, predicted it. Like, all this shit's coming true, man. And it's not all this shit, but a lot of this shit's coming true. And it could be scary. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, that science fiction. And then there's a comic book called The Ultimates. There's a new, I forgot, it's like The Ultimate Annual, issue 1, written by Dennis Camp. It just came out a couple weeks ago. It's like the Ultimate Universe. And it's amazing. If you want to read something shorter, that's just like, but there's a world without heroes that's created by this arch villain in the Marvel universe. And heroes are starting to pop up. They're the revolutionaries, because people with powers and heroes have been outlawed. And it starts off with this guy who's like, Keith is a terrorist in Tallahassee, Florida. Never mind that he did this perfectly and he's been a great father and he's helped people change their tires and blah, 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 blah. Last week, he got drunk and he said, the heroes are called the Ultimates. He got drunk at a bar and the government monitoring him through his devices. He said, what if the Ultimates, what if those guys really have a point? And so then they flew this huge ship dressed as a thundercloud over his house and struck him with lightning. You say free Palestine is anti-Semitic, they ban your post. Like, am I stretching? Am I reaching here? But in that, Nick Fury, who's a bad guy at the time, talks about, to the Council of Evil People, about the programs they've been running to help squash the rebellion. And one of them is like, yeah, even the people that believe in them and know we're wrong, what we're doing is kind of making a gray area. So when they say, like, oh, he wasn't doing a Nazi salute, he was doing this.
What do you think of Elon Musk, perhaps the president's most visible advisor, doing 2 Heil Hitler salutes last night at the president's televised rally?
No, Elon Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but I can tell you I've been at many rallies with Elon Musk, who loves to cheer when President Trump says we need to send, our U.S. space program to Mars. But that is simply not the case. And to say so is, the American people are smart. They see through it. They support Elon Musk. We are proud to be the country of such successful entrepreneurs. That is one of our greatest strengths as Americans.
All this shit, like, when we can't be clear on our side, it allows space for them to make the waters murky. So, like, we know we can't convince these people that it's not wrong, but we can maybe create the conversation that maybe it didn't happen. Like, creating gray area is also evil. being in that gray area is evil. I need to know where you stand. Either you're with the Nazis or you're not. And if you can't tell me you're not, then you fucking are. Fuck that. And fuck you. And fuck you. And fuck you.
I see you coming down the street with tiki torches and hate speech. You're not a proud boy, you're just a fuck boy. Drinking the Kool-Aid of a mad orange king. Another kid rock with all the hate talk. Murder, sickness, global crisis, cool the top, vanilla ice. Oh, you're just a racist piece of shit. Oh, you're just a racist piece of shit. You're just a racist piece of shit. You're just a racist piece of shit.
And it's real crazy this episode comes in time with all the shit that's going on because this song is about praying for love, pray for peace. And obviously my prayers weren't enough because here we fucking are.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States.
Yeah, Lester, this is a fast-moving fire. You can see the flames here coming down the hillside. It's been moving acres by the minute. You can see the smoke right now, all fueled by these strong winds. This is what officials have been worried about and warning about all week.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
There was immediate backlash on social media. Some historians compared it to a Nazi salute.
How long will they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. The Rasta them and, Bob Marley, no fear for atomic energy because none of them could stop the times. Like,
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom?
They're supposed to be winning, and I don't know if we're supposed to stop them or just help each other out while we ride this shit out to the fucking bitter end, which it's predicted to be a bitter end in the book I believe in. But nowhere does it say quit being a good person and quit standing up for what's right. It's just what are we fighting for? And I saw somebody post too, like, if somebody's not awake at this point, don't waste your breath. Just get ready. I feel like that, like, we got such a head start with hip hop and the books that we were reading, some of us at the time. And we didn't talk about it in every song, but I felt like in our community, there was an understanding that there's these motherfuckers that want this to happen. And I always felt like, the New World Order is people coming together as one. And it's either going to be the good people that bring everybody together as one or the bad people. But humans wanting to come together as one is the goal of all the hippies and the goal of the Illuminati. It's just which way are we coming together? Are we going to be harvested for our information, our assets and our works and our organs or whatever the fuck they want? Or are we going to be coming together to support one each other and deal with what's coming environmentally and biblically or spiritually? Who knows? But, some, books are the end is predetermined. You came into this motherfucker knowing what's finna happen. Are you gonna share your popcorn while this shit burns, or are you just, are we all gonna sit in our seats and not communicate? Wow, this podcast has become something else. But yeah, man. Talking about free healthcare, this blends perfectly into the next song, which is Wherever You Are, which is one of my favorite songs. But I have to say it's the top 5 or top 10 Ninth Wonder and Murs song.
Met her in Montreal, right outside a concert hall. Her name was Rose, my reply was no response at all. Half Moroccan and half French, couldn't keep talking, I panicked, I was too tense. froze up like a lame. She smiled, broke the ice, so I started to spit my game. I said, Rose, that's a pretty name, and if I never got to see your city, it would be a shame. Be my personal tour guide. We can see the sights from the inside of your ride. Got to the bus around 4 or 5. Walked me to the door, it was snowing outside. Against the bus, close enough to make contact. Whispered in her ear, she should give me a contact. Slipped me some paper, then she started to fall back. Rocketmail.com, how the fuck I'ma call that? Well, fuck it, don't call back. Blown off by this female. This was 98, I had never heard an email. Then she explained the details. Parents strict, she wasn't allowed to see mails. Got home and caught me a laptop from this base head right outside of the crack spot. Plugged in the modem, got a Hotmail account. Time to see what the World Wide Web was all about. Sent a message, she replied the next day. Welcome to the internet, sweetie, now let's play. We shared stories, we wrote essays. I remember every word like it was yesterday. Back and forth for like 3 months. Finally popped the question, asked her when we could meet up. Response seemed like it never came, and when it finally did, I was forever changed. My heart belongs to you, but my body to another. And should I refuse, I bring shame to my mother. Words on the screen never brought such pain. Kept trying to reach, all attempts were in vain. So I check my inbox for your name. Look for the messages that never came. If we never get together, it will be a shame. Wherever you are, I know that you feel the same.
People will say that 316 is a classic, and I don't know if I'd put a lot of those songs over the song. The song's not special anymore, but the song is the first time I went on a tour in America. We were opening for Hyro. They told us, get there how you can. We're not going to pay you, but here are the cities and dates. If you guys come, you can open. We're not going to fight to get you on the flyer. We're not, nothing. I don't even know. I think the big homie, like maybe Sunspot and PSC discussed with Dom and Tajay or something, but like we were on the list. Or, also at that time too, there was no internet. Like if we showed up with our fucking our motorhome, and we just bully footed our way in. My son loved when I use that word. It's a song on the alcohol. Oh shit. Shout out to J-Ro who listens to the podcast. I've been meaning to say that. Oh my God. I missed all the comments, bro. I love you. I respect you. Thank you for everything you've done for the culture, for me. I appreciate you, man. Man, so many amazing people listen to this podcast, and I don't take it for granted. I just forget when it comes time to sit down because I'm usually trying to get out of here or get into a meeting and fuck. But man, shout out Rob for pointing it out because I don't know how to read the comments. I'm still a fucking Gen Xer. Spotify comments, but thank you so much, man. Honor. But yeah, that's a dope alcoholic song.
Let me feel on some bitches with this bully foot rap. Now, every time I give y'all shit that blow up the spot, fuck what you got and bless and execute strategical plots. That's to extinction level event. These whack niggas off of this block. Me and the alcoholics having a drink, watching y'all niggas get sick, holding your stomachs till you earl in the sink. The type of dude I never put in my cliques because you funny and you be sitting down with your legs crossed.
Coast to Coast is one of my favorite whole albums of all time. Probably top 10 hip hop albums ever. And people don't understand that the first song was like the introduction to Madlib production and the loop pack, like Jack, one of my favorite rappers, favorite voices in hip hop. And Madlib rapping is one, like without the fuck, I can't listen to Quasimodo because I never, as a Madlib fan, I never got a Madlib album. I love Madlib's raps. And they were freestyling on the intro, like some West Coast shit. And then, I think Tash and, I don't know if J-Ro had it written. J-Ro have to tell us, but like it was just freestyles written. So it was just a dope cipher to start off an album, bro.
I got the naps that break the pics, plus the props from the lick. Ha ha. Few packs on the rise, saying licks, boy, run your backside. Yo, J-Ro, man, live my man. Just get on the mic and please arise my man.
I was the animated suspension, vocabulary whack MC prevention. My division is itching for the switching, pitching up on the West Coast, the best bagging, most braggadocious, ferocious, emotional osmosis.
I skip like a stone on a lake over a break. I rip microphones and I take over the fake crew. I wish I could sing like Smokey do, but I'm overly located with the loop pack crew.
I'm Madlib, the back here. Brothers try to do what I did back in junior high, cause I'm fly with my vocabulary condition. Total chaos, rhythmatic, static, and fabrication racing, so stay on.
And then was like amazing East Coast, West Coast production, like Q-Tips on there, Diamond D.
But still, I train rhymes to flip like a seal. Niggas say my rhyme skill on the steel was unreal. But all I do is chill when when I bring it. Oh shit, that's my nigga. Show these niggas how you sing it.
I bring it to your chest, pour all the way live. We deliver ill verses, guaranteed to call ties. When we start rapping, heads roll like that. And what the fuck, blood got the alcoholics rhyme a lot. Yo, I'm like Grimace when I'm on this rap scrimmage. And I got this magic on to make your beauty so diminished. The abstract delivers. I beat the Queen's nigga on point. Mary Jane ain't nothing but a joint. They call the nigga up to add a little bit of flavor. Now I'm cutting and slashing like Luke's lightsaber. Yeah, what? You trapped in the zone where MCs can see it in all spots blown.
It was a time, bro. It was like when backpack rappers weren't all dusty, dingy, dirty. Like, you know, just like it was just adding breadth and like width to a genre. You know, they had a stamp from King Cheese, an OG gangster rapper. They brought up Exhibit. Like, that's another thing the alcoholics don't get credit for. And I don't know if it's King T or them, but King T, I think, put them on, and they put on Exhibit and the Lupac. And as I do my last record, like, first time I met Lupac, after hearing them on this record, I became a fan. And then they had a black and white tape. I forget what it was called. Their mother, I believe, and father drove them to Berkeley to do Mystic Journeyman's radio show on Calex 90.7. I rap about it on my first tape on Commercial. Was a station song for them I did, which later became Murs FM.
See them LA niggas bring the heat to beat, and in the street where we compete, elite special class, and unless your ass is feeling lucky, ain't no reason to rush me unless you's a brainless nigga. Picture perfect with this microphone, somebody frame this nigga. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'm double than anybody you heard before.
They came up there to do it, and I was just like, and then watching them freestyle, like I heard them freestyle on the WLIX segment. Whoo, talk about moments and full circle moments, bro.
All right, we're back on WLIX. This is Voodoo and alcoholics in the house. And they came down. You know, I know y'all get asked this all the time, but do me this favor. I want y'all to bust some freestyles for us. Ain't that how we do it? All right, who's first up? Y'all handle it. Yo, we got Cracker Jack from the Lupac about to set this shit on. I can't cut it off. I know we on the radio. Yo, Cracker Jack, set it off.
Yeah, your dumb nuts, it goes once up on the rhyme. Jack is out to clench your fist and drop the flows that get deep like the abyss. So in this, styles wild when I'm throwing this. Non-bogus brother, shake that hip and toe and just get involved. Roll with the soul, make the head nod. Look at the bash flashback, that kick the abstract. Make brothers say, damn, that rap's fat. Recline that ass back. Smack back, hand slap from watch out with the ram shack. I used to pick up the damn slack, bet on the ram's back. In the days when Eric was in the winning phase. Nowadays, turning applications, locking me appellations with the ladies with the sexy activations on the black watch.
But seeing their parents involved, it's like I may have my mom invest in my last album because I remember that moment, be like, fuck, what could I have done if my family was behind my music? But I'm not regretful. It made me who I am. But this last album, I've had offers for people to like invest and press up the vinyl and shit. And I went to my mom. I was like, yo. Then I found out how much my brother makes. I'm like, yo, why don't y'all just be the label? I could sign this. You know, I had an offer from a label, a light offer. And I was like, but I could just take my family's money and we could make money together on the last album. So this last album may be family funded, which is dope. But it inspired by way back then when I saw the Lupac. And I'm a Lupac fan because I'm a fucking Alcoholics fan. And it was weird playing Alcoholics for my kids. And now I understand the licks. And I just call them the licks. And I was like, I don't even, you know, because my oldest son knows like Alcoholics because my dad was an alcoholic and he's dead. And he always, when he sees me drinking, he gets bugs the fuck out because I tell him my dad died from drinking too much, cirrhosis of the liver. So alcoholic is not a good term. It's triggering for my oldest and the young. I'm youngest. I don't know yet. So I'm just like the licks. But when I played Bully Foot for him, like it's the irony because the first thing Busta Rhymes said, "Let me fill on some bitches with my bully foot," something like that. Oh man. But shout out to the licks, man. If you don't listen to anything by the licks, Coast to Coast and the song Liquid, it's probably one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time.
Watch me get loose. a nigga flipping more styles than Snapple got juice. Cause I'm too hot to handle. Got more soul with my pinky than a nigga picking his apple when a leopard skin not cheeky. The freshest, yes, it's the rhyming with the bottle. Kicking it with my homie like Lamont did with Rollo. Live at the Apollo, they still couldn't prove it. Cause even in New York, the food be buzzing off the fluid. So testing, testing, too much OE. I make it beat, as you can see, I am the alcoholic tipsy off the whiskey.
Yeah, shout out to J-Ro. Yeah, but our first tour, they told us get there how you can. I don't care how you get there, just get there if you can. And we got our asses there. We were 8 dudes. Nah, 9, bro. It's me, Eli, PSC. Me, Eli, PSC, who is lucky. I am. Follow him. He has a new name. I fucking forget. I'll tell you on Instagram. Grouch, Sunspot, Bizarro, before he was Picasso, Aesop, before there was another Aesop Rock, it was just Aesop. He didn't have to say Black Wolf. Me and Arata. I don't think Scarab had joined the ranks yet. He was still in school. 9 of us, bro. 9 of us in a fucking RV that only Grouch and like Bizarro, Picasso has new music out too. Art God, make sure you check it.
There, modeling her fur, yeah, walking on the runway, make it one way that she could fare. To get it right, exotic under lights, Sudanese with the fire of forever, do it knees tight. Photo shooting topic.
I remember being in the parking lot hoping that he passed the test, the driving test, so we can go on the road. We rented this RV, bro. We drove deadhead, as they call it now, when you don't get any sleep. Only people that knew how to drive were Picasso and Grouch. I think I may be Lucky, but Lucky didn't have a license. I don't remember. It was either 2 of them or 3 of them. That's it, bro. I didn't know how to drive a car yet. None of us had license. I was 8. Yeah, it was 1998. I was 19 or 20 years old. Everyone had at least 100 to 200 tapes stuffed in places. We wedged a TV, VCR, VHS, TV combo into where the stove and the microwave in that space in between. We wedged it in there and hooked up the Nintendo 64 so we could play Bond and Mario Kart. There's 1 bed in the back, 1 bed above the driver's space, like a canopy type bed, and then the table folded into a bed. There are 9 grown men in this RV, my nigga. When motherfuckers say they started from the bottom or I made beats every something in the thing for 3 summers, like that's the shit that gets me, my nigga. You was not outside like us. Nobody, I don't know anybody in rap history that wanted it as, you could want it as much as me, but you didn't, or us, but you didn't want it more than us, motherfucker. Yo, we got paid nothing. We had a fucking warehouse we lived in East Oakland. We all had to come up with the rent for that motherfucker so that we could have the privilege of renting this vehicle and going on tour and making no money. There was no guarantee. I didn't know what per diem was. I didn't get paid for shit. It cost us money. I don't understand how I could explain. I have motherfuckers tell me they're not going to go on tour because they don't want to sleep in the car. Bro, it was 9 of us. There was a shower. There was 1 toilet. On tour buses, you're not allowed to shit. We didn't know that rule. We shit. We had to pull up to RV. Everybody took turns letting the shit out. It was your turn to let the shit out. If you took the last shit, you had to go up to the RV, plug this motherfucker. 9 grown men pissing and shitting in the same and showering. All that water waste had to be let go. We had to pay for gas. Don't get me fucking started, bro. You're a fucking struggle. Started from the bottom because you had a job and you recorded in your bedroom at your mom's house? My nigga. Nuh-uh. You signed a deal with this management company and y'all grinded until you got a deal. I don't give a fuck. So? You didn't do this. Man, I don't digress. I stand on that shit. And it's great that you did as well as you did. But let me tell you, you didn't love this shit. You don't love this shit like I love this shit. We get to Montreal. I've never been to Canada. Oh, wait, yeah, I don't know. Maybe once. I don't recall ever going to Canada. We went to Boblo Island when we drove across country. We went to Boblo Island. Shout out to that song on that fucking great Royce the 5'9" album. Whoa, that's a cold. Royce is a cold motherfucker, bro. When Royce started rapping about his life and not like rap, not that he doesn't do that great. I love that. But when he showed he could do real life rap as well as he did the other one, bro, one of the greatest MCs of all time. Hats off.
Nothing compared to our family trips. My uncle shook hands with the manly grip. All this hand-me-down I had an uncanny fit. All the gangsters I had in my family had me Annie. My granddaddy mistress caught the business from my granny fist. That was back before I was born. Pop told stories about it that would last for hours long. And as a family, we was just so happy when him and mama got along on the Boblo boat. On our way to that black amusement park, wood roller coasters sold on plastic scooter cars. Smoking grass at the vintage food court, broken glass waiting on you on the swimming pool floor. I came across my identity on the Boblo boat. That's where I lost my virginity. No condom though. That's when paranoia hit me like when superstition does. Left my inhibitions, I guess, where my supervision was.
But that song, that album, even the one before, I think it's Layers, back to back. And then on top of that, he was doing Prime. Man, that Royce run is not talked about enough. Sheesh. I might just have to post about that because that guy, man, oh man of La Mancha.
I swear I'm one of the hardest niggas that's out here doing this shit right now. I swear I'm one of the hardest niggas that's out here doing this shit right now. I swear I'm the truth, Holmes. I'm that blue chrome coupe with the roof gone. That's two-tone. I'm that dude zone talking on two phones while my new hoes eat out my palm like one of my Maloof homes like all night. I'm a product of group home. I'm a superstar like Lupe Fiasco's the cool. Save your theatrics for fools. I'm an Alcatraz spazzing, spitting Alcatraz, blasting pistols. None of them laughing gas. The niggas is gassing. To be the best, you gotta have the respect. I do the same to you that I do to the alphabet. I put the A, the B, the C, D, E, and the F in the back of an EMS before I go back to doing anything in rap for a GLS. I'm black for niggas like DMX. Don't bark is dark and hell is hot like a furnace is. When I was 16, caught the same clap.
We get to Montreal, bro. It was so bad, we rolled down the windows and just sang, "Fuck Montreal, fuck Montreal." My disdain for the French only grew. I have no disdain for the French anymore. Thus, the Paris song with Mr. Lin.
A cafe out in Paris, flashed €1,000, now the management embarrassed. Flee from the scene like some villains on the spree, yelling out Marseille, we don't fuck with PSG. We getting money in Lyon, we getting money in Lyon, we getting money in Rennes, we getting money in Rennes. Got paid in Bordeaux, got paid in Bordeaux. I'm back in Paris again, I'm back in Paris. We getting money in Lyon, we getting money in Lyon, we getting money.
But we rolled down the windows screaming, "Fuck Montreal," when we left that city. I don't know what happened. I think we tried to park the RV somewhere. Customs was a bitch. I remember, I think it was the first time, I feel like I sat on the back of the bus, Hyro, I'm not saying I have nothing, once again, I'm not going to diss Hyro for giving us an opportunity. I flew myself to Hyro that I believe we talked about on the podcast. I just got up there and performed for free with Sunspot because not only were they inspiration, imagine someone you grew up admiring, idolizing, then saying you could come on tour with me. I'm supposed to look at them and say, "Oh, you only going to give me this much money?" I've had people say that to me. Man, when Murs took me on my first tour, he only gave, what? I put you on a bus, bro. Shit that gets back to me, I don't know if motherfuckers said it with their whole heart, their chest. Shit get back to me, I'm like, "Hey, bro, check this the fuck out." I was happy as fuck and still grateful to this day to where I left my family for a day, bought my own ticket on Southwest, paid to get in the Hyro Day, and then rap for free and took pictures with all of them and told them thank you to their face because I'm still grateful. I remember Cash led us on the bus and we played Madden on the back of their bus. We get to Montreal after the show and I go to somebody's room in Hyro and I don't want to put them on blast, but one other person I idolized from Hyro, I believe I'm even sitting in the same room with them. And they're just I think we talked about something on the podcast. I'm just yo, because I know I'm going to be a famous rapper one day. I'm yo, how do you know if a girl likes you because you're famous or because, you're, and then the dude's just bro, if a girl has ass and titties, she just got that, and girls know she didn't earn that. God gave you a gift, but you had to refine this gift and work on this gift. some girls have to stay in shape, but like, girls know when you want them just for their body or something physical, and you'll know when someone wants you just for your gift. She's been gifted a beauty that attracts you. You've been gifted a gift that's beautiful to her, and that attracts you guys great initially. But seeing what's under that, I was 19, 20 years old hearing this, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I didn't ask for a feature. That's the thing. I didn't ask for a feature. I didn't ask to fucking go on the next tour. I didn't ask to join High Roll. I asked a life question. I'm a fucking weird dude, man, but I'm also just like, I love this shit, man. And I knew I was going to be in this for a long time. And that stuck with me. That was something that a young me needed to hear. And it's not something motherfuckers rap about. So then I think it's like after that night, like, and maybe it's because I met this girl and I went to his room afterwards and asked this. But there was a girl in the crowd. It was a mixed girl. Like, mixed girls were still new, like Groove Theory and like Emile LaRue. Like, this was a new thing in America, at least where I'm from. Like, mixed girls were like hot commodities. She was mixed, and she was so beautiful to me. And she talked, and I was like, I was always still, even at a young age, like, I want to see what every city is about. I want to see real humans. I'm like, what do you guys do here? Let's go do something. And she's like, oh, you have to have poutine. I was like, what the fuck is poutine? It's cheese curds and gravy. I was like, it sounds interesting. And I'm not having, and once again, I think I've stressed this enough. We don't have any fucking money. But I'm like, yo, I'm going to go buy poutine for this girl. We're going to go on a date. Like, and this is like, also, you had to realize, like, I hadn't been on a lot of dates. I didn't get to date in high school, and I didn't get to date at home when we were living in East Oakland. Like, it's like, you want to come to back to my place? Like, either they lived in student housing with a roommate, or I lived in what can be considered, I was getting an education, a student housing in the hood. Like, East Oakland, I don't know how I can tell you guys, but East 14th and Seminary is not, I don't think it is what it's not now what it used to be. Like, Grouch and Eli, like, didn't go to the store by themselves type shit. Like, one of us had to go with them. It was maney, as they say on the Bay. It was maney as fuck. So I'm not going on a date, really. You know what I mean? There's no dates. I'm like, oh, I'm in Montreal. People speak French. This girl is black and something, I think African is something else. And we're going to go get poutine. This is fucking amazing. Poutine, I did not expect it to look like that. It's disgusting. Sorry. I might try some. My palate is refined, but I'm a kid from the hood. Like, I eat. I was telling my sons the other day, my mom, everybody's sick. My mom made spaghetti for us. And my 6-year-old was super stoked that his granny made spaghetti. So I went to pick it up. Then my mom made these vegan crescent rolls for it. And so I'm like, all right. And bruh, I was like, yo, y'all know, like, I used to make a bolus, like, go and buy 99-cent noodles, $1.99 Prego, and then a 99-cent loaf of white bread. So like $4 to $5. And then I would boil the whole thing. And then for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would just make spaghetti sandwiches because all the carbs would fill my stomach. This is how I was fucking living. And if I was lucky to have these 25-cent home run pies that you could go, or if Sunspot would send me to the store to get him a Mickey's Big Mouth, which he drank it religiously every morning, and I would go get it for him. Little homie shit, like run into the store. No matter if you sold crack, you sold weed, you sold dope, or underground tapes. There's an older nigga that's gonna finna make us go run to the store and get him a 40 or something to drink and some blunt wraps. I did that because Sunspot is my big homie. All respect. And if he would let me have a quarter off of that, then I would buy a home run pie. You microwave that shit. A pastry you get for 25 cents. They may have been 49 cents. This is what I was living off of. I was not ready for poutine, bro. I was not ready for gravy, potatoes, and cheese curds. I was not, even though that's like fast food for them, I was not. I won't say, like, unsophisticated my palate was, bro. I was reading How to Eat to Live, and I was like, this is great. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said I just got to eat Navy beans, because I bought Navy beans. I would just have beans. And on a regimen, that's the same things. Like, that's why if you're in an urban community, so much of jail culture, like, that's how, like, I mean, top ramen and noodles and shit. Like, this is what niggas in the pen is eating. Cause like, my homies is eating this shit. And I'm programming too. I'm doing 100 push-ups and 200 sit-ups every morning, bro. And eating that shit. I'm eating like shit, living amongst, like, we all have different rooms in the house, but 8 cells, basically. The best part about it is we get to travel and do art all day and then go outside and get to have conjugal visits. But certain parts of our culture, they have the genocide and the plot of the American government is so, like, we're free, but I'm living more like my homies in the penitentiary than I am a free American. Eating like shit, living with a bunch of men. There's all types of aggression and just all types of shit. And I'm programming. That's what some of the homies said. Like, this is before niggas brought burpees into the mix. But the shit you see people online doing, a lot of rappers doing, you know, or if you have friends that have been like, I'm doing that religiously every morning. Jail culture, you know, the baggy jeans, all that is prison culture. It's become so much a part of it. Like, so we're ready for what they want us to do next. I'm not ready. So I meet this girl. She speaks French. She's mixed. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, yo, can I get your number? She's like, because it cost money. It was super inexpensive for me to call her. You know, I had girlfriends in Japan. I had girlfriends in Australia. I was ready to fall in love and get married at all times. And I'm like, she's like, you know, I don't have the money to maintain that relationship. She's like, you can just email me. And I said, what? I was like, oh, this bitch gave me just give me a fake number, you know? And it's still, you see them aside, like, this bitch. I'll let you know, like, my kids don't slide with that shit. But I'm like, yo, she's trying to give me the woo-wop, like the olu-wopty. What is that? That's what the Chicago homies say. I'm like, what?
And try to hit you with the olu-wopty.
It was email. Motherfucking electronic, man. What the fuck? Huh? What? Like, Hieroglyphics is the first rap group with a message board. We are the second. And I'm baffled when this bro said email.
Welcome. You've got mail.
But so then we had a whole rest of the tour. We're in Montreal. We don't get home. Now also too, is like with Living Legends, you got it, and Hyro, like there's 16 men that are, you know, I don't know who was dating who at the time, but there's a lot of men looking to date people. We're the opening act for an underground rap group. Let's just say that our pickings were slim every night. If you were trying to hook up, I pulled, quote unquote, pulled one. I had a connection. I just held on to that. I don't even remember anything else. I remember a lot from that tour, but as far as girls, I don't know if I had a chance or if, you know, I was very not confident. I was not well groomed. I was trying to sell tapes and possibly some marijuana. Like, I don't know what I was on, but I met her enough to meet this dude from Hyro and ask him about what girls, and I was ready to settle down. I got home. My mom's still working at the Cleaner Central and Adams. I wish, where are y'all at with the air purifiers, cuz? Where y'all at? Like, where are y'all at? My man's came through with a compact laptop. My mom called me, Nicholas, do you want this laptop? This man wants, like, so she said, I'll buy it for you, pay you back when you get down here. Like I said before, like loot pack. My mom knows my struggle is real. Did she say, I'll buy it for you so invest in you having electronics so that you could further your career? Not that even she was thinking that laptops, you know what I mean? There was no fucking Fruity Loops in 1998, I don't think. You weren't using this to make money or make music. I had a Roland VS840 that I was using to make music, ADATs, shit like that. But, you know, she didn't know about websites. She didn't know what email was. I was like, yes, I need to talk to this girl. This was a machine for me to talk to one human being on earth. I feel it was between $200 to $500. I forget how much that I did not have. We talked about my financial status. I did not have this, my brothers and sisters. And I think we maybe sent 2 emails. But then I've been to Australia and Japan. Fell in love 2 more times on 2 different other continents. International, not Playboy, because there's no sending of nudes. There's no phone sex. There's just a lot of long distance bills and phone cards, and nothing ever amounting to much. But this was my first international love, my first email account, how I got Hotmail to begin with, Murs999@hotmail.com. But, you know, everything's like, it kept me on the cutting edge of technology and kept me, whatever, you know, it motivated me to get web savvy, which was great. I put in a lot of work on that computer. I don't even know if I ever looked at porn. Like, it was so early on. I was really just trying to email one girl. I don't know if I had a CD burner. I don't remember, but I bought it on, maybe it was a Toshiba or a compact, but bought it on Central Avenue. It wasn't my first. I bought one more computer. I miss that era, bro. I call that supporting black business. I don't give a fuck what truck it fell off of. When motherfuckers worked at the Good Guys, shout out the homies that worked at the Good Guys. And yeah, man, fuck the system. Like I said, I've always lived outside of the system. I always did what the fuck I had to do. And for the most part, what I wanted to do. Because in the end, I'm not trying to do anything wrong. So, you know, they could change the rules. They can suppress whatever. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to figure out how to fucking make it work, bro. I'm figuring it out. Motherfuckers do a lot of complaining, or motherfuckers never had to figure it out. God bless you and your record deals that made you famous and popular, and you can live off of that for the rest of your life. That's not me. I built this from the ground up to be full circle with y'all. And, you know, all glory to God in that. So that's why I want to see y'all full circle moment. I want to see y'all full circle the album that Hyro took us on tour to promote. That's, bro, we gonna end it like with this. Like, You Never Know hits so different for me. Like, loving that song when it came out and then finding out we get to go on tour with them and hear them do that song every night. I am a fan. I am a fan. I am a fan. What a fucking blessing, bro. Like, I hate to be elitist, but like, you could like You Never Knew by Hieroglyphics, and you should. And Oakland Blackouts. But my son hearing those songs also for the first time, me giving him no intro. Like, if I don't do this tour, I don't know if I am who I am today. I don't know if I can afford to adopt my oldest son. But when he loves Hyro, and he loves that song, and he loves OPO, and he loves Dell, I mean, man, like I said, y'all can have what y'all have, and it's great. But you know, just in all good fun, y'all don't love it like I love it, bro. It don't mean what it mean to you. To what it mean to you, man. I'm cold. I'm broke. I'm starving. I'm sleeping on the floor of a fucking RV with 8 other men, and every night I got to hear that song was a fucking blessing.
We gonna do it like this. When I say it's like that, Anna, I want everybody, I'm talking about everybody, I want everybody to say, I have a good gym. Y'all with that? It's like that, Anna, I have a good gym. It's like that, Anna, I have a good gym. It's like that, Anna, I have a good gym. It's like that, Anna, I have a good gym. It's like that, Anna, I have a good gym. You don't stop, you don't quit. It's like that, Anna. You don't stop, you don't quit. It's like that, Anna. You don't stop, you don't quit. It's like that, Anna. You don't stop, you don't quit. It's like that, Anna. You don't stop, you don't quit. It's like that, Anna. Hyro, yo. It's not a wrong thing to be addicted to the microphone like a heroin fiend. I tell you one thing, you never catch me fronting as I proceed to get up people when they want.
Every night I got to see Chris Calico and Tech Nine do Midwest Choppers.
What it is, Colorado! Midwest Chopper! Welcome to misery where the killers popping off, and when I say popping off, I mean dealing with the tongue of the gun. We can do it if anybody wonder whether rapping niggas are copping up another, tell everyone. Misery loves company, so we never think enemy, when it be energy, sending me the route. Of negativity tripping with me, you're running for your life, cause you ran your mouth. Put your hands in the air like this. We can sing, we can bang, it ain't no game, we attain. Whether it's fame or we can aim, release your brain.
Oh, I shake thinking about it now. And I was getting paid a lot more. But the feeling is no different. Because before the money, before anything, I fucking love this shit, man. I love it. Ah, man, how deep is your love? But if you ain't been through the pain, like, you can't love it like I love it, man. If you ain't sacrificed what I sacrificed, you can't. And everybody's love is different. So I guess, like, yeah, fuck comparing it. Just, I want to know how deep is your love, because everybody has a struggle. You know, all that shit is, the rant earlier is all in good fun. Everybody, what's hard for you was hard for you. You know what I mean? It was hard for me, it was hard for you, and you made it through. But my thing is, like, Was it about the money for you? Did you ever get lost? Was it about the likes? Was it about the fame? Because I can say undoubtedly it was because I love this shit. And that's why I can walk away from it and know that, like, yeah, I did that. All heart. Like, back to the Jerry Maguire song, first single from our first whole album. I'm all heart, motherfucker.
Now most of us could waste a whole lifetime doing shit we don't believe in. So I'm retrieving words of gold to expose my soul on the sheets. Combined with a beat, a song, complete to compete now, cause most of y'all won't understand it. Taking this existence for granted, never going after what you really want, cause you ain't got the heart, so your life never starts to have meaning. Feeding for something to fill that void, annoyed with the surroundings you pick, cause they don't seem to fit your person. Rehearsing what they said would make you happy, until you realize one day, damn, they trapped me. But who are they anyway, to tell you how to live? A college degree and a career, the only decent way to
Thanks for listening to the Best Rapper in LA podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing on Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. If you like the show, leave a review on Apple Music or Spotify. And to support the podcast directly, go to patreon.com/MURS316, Murs316. See y'all next week. Peace. Peace.